I'm your huckleberry.
What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. I am super excited today because we are going to take a look at my newest knife from Very Good Knife Company. If you don't know Very Good Knife Company, Jacob is an American fixed blade maker based out of Georgia. He makes everything by hand in-house. He is the only one that touches any of his knives. He does the heat treat. Everything from beginning to end is done in-house by him, and he is a phenomenal maker. In my opinion, he is the very best in the game. I'm going to link his website down below. Make sure you go to verygoodknifeco.com, subscribe to the newsletter. He does drops usually every Friday or every other Friday. He's got Blade Show coming up, and also one that he is dropping called the Eagle and the Hawk, which was designed by Gabe over at The Last Huntsman. That's the next one that's dropping. I'm going to link his website down below. Go subscribe to his newsletter. Also, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He does lives all the time where he shows how those knives are made. I have almost every one of his designs. I think there's only 3 that I don't have, but I will have those. Today, we're going to look at the Very Good Knife Company Mustang. So, without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look.
Hey man, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. It sure does help the channel. We sure do appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much, man.
Alright, so when you get your knife from Very Good Knife Company, it's going to come in a plain white box, which is just fine. On the end, you're going to have some information about your knife. This is the Mustang, made in the USA, 80 CRV2 blade steel, natural micarta. There's the model number, VG number 16, Very Good Knife Co. In the box, you're going to have 2 business cards, one for yourself and one to give away to a friend. All the information about Very Good Knife Company is there on the back. You're also going to get your lifetime warranty card. Jacob stands behind his work because he knows that he does outstanding work. So let's take a look at this Very Good Knife Company Mustang. All right, look at that beauty right there. So our overall length on this one is about 7 5/8, 3 5/8 on the blade, 4 inches on that handle. We've got that gorgeous clip point blade with the 400 grit satin finish on it. On this side, we've got the Very Good Knife Co. LLC. On the other side, we've got our model name and blade steel. This is the Mustang 80 CRV2 blade steel. Beautiful forward swedging on this knife, and it comes to a super fine point right there. The handle on this particular one is one of the most basic ones, if not the most basic one that you can get. This is natural canvas micarta. We've got stainless steel Corby screw construction on this one. Full tang, obviously. He also uses different colors of canvas micarta, some linen micarta. He also does fat carbon, grip tech. He uses nitro V blade steel as well. He's done some powder coating, Cerakoting. This is just pretty much the most base model that you can get. In the hand, I can get a full 4-finger grip on this one. Feels good in a hammer grip, saber grip feels good, reverse grip feels good, gas station stabby grip feels good. Everything is chamfered down perfectly. Fit and finish is just exceptional as always on Jacob's knives. The reason I love his knives so much is they are designed to be carried and used, and because they are designed to be carried and used, the ergonomics is just perfect. You are not going to get any fatigue when using his knives. They're just, you know, you don't have any crazy, stupid handle shapes that look cool, but really aren't intended to be used. His knives are intended to be used, and I have 12 or 13 or 14 of them, and I use them and carry them all the time. His heat treat is exceptional. He uses primarily 80 CRV2 carbon steel and Nitro V stainless, and he gets the absolute best out of that steel that you can get. He just does an absolutely phenomenal job. In my opinion, there is no one better. I started supporting Jacob about 2 years ago. And at that time, he had a nice customer base, but a lot of people in the YouTube knife community didn't know who he was at all. But recently, he is starting to get the recognition that he deserves, which, in my opinion, is one of, if not the very best. He basically makes custom production knives at production prices in the United States by hand. You just can't beat it. I love his work so much that when I decided to start designing knives, I reached out to Jacob. He was my only choice to make my knives. And if he said, no, I'm not going to do that, Blackwater Knife Company would have never happened. I don't know if you guys know, but I have my own knife company where I make the design, Jacob makes the knife. This is the last one that I designed. This is the Blackwater Knife Company Bonefish. It is a swayback Warncliffe. And again, this is just the base model. We release some with fat carbon, some in Nitro V, some in 80 CRV2. And if it ever gets to the point where he says he can no longer make Blackwater Knife Company knives, then Blackwater will cease to exist. That nobody else will make my knives. And I really have no desire to be a knife maker. I enjoy designing knives that I like to carry and I like to use. So my newest design, called the Creek Chub, all my knives are named after fish. We've got the snook, the bonefish. Up next is the Creek Chub. It is the smallest one that I've done. It is a true pocket fixed blade. Don't know if that'll be out before Blade Show or after Blade Show, but that one's coming soon. I say all that to say, Jacob, I just can't say it enough. He is just phenomenal. If you don't know about Very Good Knife Company, if you don't have any Very Good Knife Company knives, like I said, he does drops about every other week. The next one that's coming is a big sack style blade and also a smaller version of that blade called the Eagle and the Hawk. Those are dropping, I believe, on April 25th. Then he's got Blade Show coming up, and then he'll start doing drops again. So he's got about 16 or so base models that he just rotates through those models and does drops. And then he also does some custom one-offs, numbered one-offs that are called his signature series. He releases those from time to time, and then he does some OEM work for a couple of people. I'm one of those people. Listen, guys, if you don't have any Very Good Knife Company knives, do yourself a favor and get one. Sign up to his newsletter and get one. I promise you, you are absolutely freaking going to love it. It's going to be at Blade Show this year. So if you're going to Blade Show Atlanta, first weekend of June, stop by, take a look at his knives, buy one of his knives, talk with him. He is an awesome guy. Yes, I am biased. Jacob is my brother. I consider him a brother. My wife and his wife are friends. We are friends. Just so you know that I'm not just talking out the side of my mouth because Jacob is a friend. I want to show you a little secret here. Look here at the plunge grind. You see how both sides are perfectly even? Perfect. Now, when you get a handmade knife, you're 9 times out of 10, you are not going to see this. You're going to see where one side is different from the other side. This is done by hand, and this is perfect. Now, of course, when you get a handmade knife, you have to allow for some difference, some slight variation there. That's okay, but look at that. That is perfect. Same thing on the swedging up here. If we look at the swedging, you can see that they are absolutely dead even on both sides. The distal taper here is just perfect. This is CNC quality stuff. This is computer made stuff done completely by hand. Now, let's just compare that to one that is CNC made. Okay, this is the Work Tough Gear, what's it called? Nomad Bushcrafter. Okay, and I love this knife. This is CNC made. Let's compare those plunge grinds. Jacob's here on the right and a CNC plunge grind on the left. And you can see that the CNC is not perfectly even. Jacob's, done by hand, perfectly even. Here's another thing, and it might seem like a minor nitpick. You can see here, right there, where the tang of the knife is not flush with the handle scales. CNC made, handmade. And I tell you all that not to dog on this knife. This is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just want to illustrate the quality of the work that Jacob does by hand. In my opinion, it is unmatched. And another thing that he doesn't get enough recognition for is his Kydex work. I follow some other makers on YouTube, and if you listen closely, a lot of them talk about how difficult it is to get the Kydex right. Jacob makes his Kydex in-house too, and it is absolutely perfect. And you'll hear some other new makers talking about what a difficult time they have with their Kydex. In fact, a lot of them don't even make their own Kydex. Jacob does every bit of it in-house, and it is perfect. No shake, no rattle. I mean, outstanding retention, perfect thumb ramp. Everything is chamfered down beautifully. This is Ulti-Clip compatible. You can carry it vertically or scout style. Comes out of there with ease. You've got that nice audible click. So he does his Kydex in-house too, and he does a phenomenal job at the Kydex. So just wanted to share that with you today. When I got my very first Very Good Knife Company knife, I knew right away that Jacob was special. And then I started buying all of his knives. We developed a friendship, we developed a business relationship, and I am going to continue shouting Very Good Knife Company from the rooftops. He's that freaking good. So there you go, boys and girls. That is my newest Very Good Knife Company knife. I have almost all of them now. I think the only ones I don't have are the Walkabout, the First Strike, and the Tribute. 3 of his bigger knives, but I have all of the other ones. I didn't have this one, so I grabbed it on the last drop, and I absolutely love it. This is going to be part of my carry rotation for a good long time, I'm sure of it, because it is absolutely awesome. As always, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you've heard of Very Good Knife Company. Let me know if you have anything from Very Good Knife Company, and if you do, which one is your favorite? And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.